Okay, welcome everybody. I am Michelle Skocek, and joining me tonight is a whole bunch of you, along with Alana Thompson, and the two of us are going to discuss this whole topic of women's hormones with you. Our ultimate goal here, and what I personally have found so helpful in my journey with Young Living, I didn't even know what I was getting myself into. I just wanted some oils, see what they could do, but it really sparked this whole journey of what I just boiled down to the word empowerment. I felt like I had more knowledge to make decisions that were good for my own health, just a wider perspective. And so that's really our ultimate goal, is to give you guys some education. Really, not that it's super basic, but that it's knowledge that everybody should have, should know about how your body functions. Some basic things so we can understand, so it's not such a mystery, and we can work with our bodies. That to me is real empowerment, instead of totally relying on just all this outside knowledge, as if we don't have some power within ourselves to know what's wrong, to know what's right, to know when we feel good, and what we can do to really help our own health. So that's really our goal here tonight, and with every monthly class. So there's a good chance that if you're on here tonight that you got a text from me, and I don't like to blow up your text box, but I sure do like to around webinar time. But so you guys get the link, you get the reminder. Always feel welcome to share that. The more the merrier. When you know that there's somebody else that could benefit from this information, send that out. Send them the link. Let them know how they can join Young Living, just like how you did, and also how they can join these webinars. So don't hesitate to do that as well. If you find yourself either listening to this replay, or you got this from a friend and you didn't get the text message, you would like to get future notifications of our webinars that we do every month, you can actually get on that list by texting the word webinar to 469-301-1196. So again, just text the word webinar to 469-301-1196, and I'll get that, and I'll just add you to that list to hear about all the webinars and everything else. And you can always actually just text me a message on there as well about pretty much anything. So, okay, so in the comments, everybody make sure that you can see the comments. I want you to type in where you are and what you want future topics to be. Okay, so a little bit of housekeeping tonight. We always like to announce our next webinar. Our next webinar is going to be March 26th, and it's going to be all things thieves. Okay, who besides me actually joined Young Living because of thieves? Show of hands. Absolutely. So we're going to talk about all those things, because there's probably 20 or 30 different things that have to do with thieves alone, right? So let's talk about all those options, head to toe and all over your house, right? But if you have some other topic that you would like to talk about, put that in the comments, okay? We want to know what you guys want to talk about, all right? And that's going to help us and everybody else around us. So I also have 3 bottles of Endoflex that I want to give away. And how are you going to get those? You're going to get it by playing along. So that's why we want you to comment in the comment box, okay? So by the end, I will see, everybody who has been commenting, and I'll just kind of pick randomly 3 people, okay, to win some Endoflex, one of my favorites that we will talk about tonight. Okay. Again, just thank you for being here. We're going to be talking about hormones and their effect on our bodies. We're then going to go over some supplements that Young Living has to help support our endocrine system, which is our hormones, and we're going to talk about other complementary oils. Now, if you haven't gathered already, I'm teaching from a set of notes, okay? So I have one more thing. If you ever want these set of notes, if you ever wanted to host a class, you want me to come and teach a class, you're like, I want to teach that class. I just don't know exactly what to say. Reach out to me, and that text, you can text me, and I'll give you the notes. So Alana and I don't actually make these all up. We do add our own experiences and comments, but we don't make these up. These are provided to us by Young Living and by other people who have, gathered their knowledge as well from all kinds of different resources, books. I know I have another resource written by Dr. Dan Purser. I've pulled some information from that, but you're always welcome to these notes. So that, you can educate yourself, you can have your own classes. That's actually where I started educating people about classes. I just loved it. And I went to my friend April and I was like, I want to teach classes. Like, not only do I get to learn then, but I get to teach my friends, because I think this is so, again, empowering, that's what I wanted to do. But you don't have to be any kind of expert. We are not experts. And that says it right here. I am not a doctor. I am not here to diagnose, treat, or cure any of your illnesses. So this is for educational purposes only. Okay, so excuse me reading my notes, but it's the best source, okay, and you can have it too. And in fact, if you wanted to host a class, we'll get into this later, but I have a nifty book that I just simply didn't grab, but it is all about hormones, and it's called Taming the Dragon Within. Is that not hilarious? Love the name of that book. So if you want to host a class, I will reach out to me. I will help you put that together, and I'll give you a copy of that book, okay, as a gift for teaching others. Okay, so as women, we often associate hormones with certain stages in our lives, right? Such as puberty, pregnancy, and menopause. But the truth is, our hormones influence the health of our bodies, minds, emotions every single day, regardless of what age or stage we are in. For me, I learned most about my hormones actually when I learned something very interesting about my hormones when I had spent a number of months actually hunched over my computer, and I developed a pinched nerve. Well, what I figured out, it was so very painful, and I 100% love and adore my chiropractor to this day, because he was the one who helped me work out of that, work with my body for that to heal. But one thing that I learned, that being in extreme pain like that actually really messed up my hormones. So if you've ever been in a period of time in your life where you've experienced some sort of a chronic pain or something, it actually messes with your adrenals. So when your adrenals are messed up, it affects your sleep, and that's connected to your thyroid. And so now you've just messed up your hormones because of pain. Isn't that interesting? Things are so connected. So it wasn't any kind of a stage in life kind of a thing. It was actually a pain kind of a thing where I started learning more intricately about hormones. And, I'm 50, and I have, kind of experienced some of the changing of hormones. And so I've even more recently been diving into a lot more of these products, just so that I could have the balance that's offered naturally, instead of doing something like HRT, which I actually did consider. Kind of a long story with that. But that, oh yeah, Alana says, make sure you tell us where you're joining us from in the chat box, and topics that you want us to cover in the future. You're also welcome to text those to me. But definitely, like in being in part of Young Living, I really want to make sure that I'm working with my body and not just injecting it with certain, with things that aren't natural for it, and really work with my body processes and not force anything. Okay. All right, very good. So, welcome. Make sure we have our, oops. On to the next one. Okay, so you guys probably all know the most important thing about Young Living is that they are absolutely 100% committed to quality products. We're going to talk a lot about oils. You guys might know all the extreme farming practices that Young Living does. It's called their whole seed to seal commitment, which means from the seed of the plant to the seal of the bottle, top highest level quality. Organic doesn't even scratch the surface, okay? There's so many things that are allowed in organic practices that Young Living would never, ever do. But we're also talking about supplements. And so supplements are available everywhere, all over Amazon, everywhere. But one thing you'd be sure of is when you use Young Living supplements, there's two things that are really key to that. Number one, again, Young Living is all about like the top quality. Okay, they're not going to sacrifice anything like that. So you're going to get the best quality supplement. And you also notice there's a lot of supplements that Young Living doesn't sell. It's because of two things. It's either just not in their wheelhouse, or it's not something that is actually like supernatural. So that, and supernatural, that's kind of a different connotation. That's not what I mean. But it's not within Young Living's wheelhouse, okay? So either it has to be synthetically done, or the other part is sometimes it's just, and the other benefit that you get with Young Living is that there's essential oils infused in all the products, which really helps bioavailability. So if it's a supplement that doesn't actually increase the efficacy when you use oils with it, it's just something that Young Living has decided isn't, they can't offer a better quality than what's already out there. So you can be sure that when you have a Young Living product that's available, it's a really good product. It's completely unique, and that's why Young Living has brought it to us. So that I'm super thankful for. Okay, next slide. There we go.
So really quickly, just in case anybody has never, isn't super familiar with oils, we're going to talk about the easiest, the most common ways to use them and make sure that we're safe when we're using them. So the first rule is oils don't go in eyes or ears. That can be incredibly painful. It won't be damaging, but it'll be painful. If that does happen, what we do is we use a carrier oil, like anything fatty, so coconut oil, olive oil, jojoba, almond oil, all those kinds of things. And we just, for example, when you get peppermint in your eye, notice I didn't say if, but when you get peppermint in your eye, you take that fatty oil and just rub it, and that will dilute the essential oil down to the point where it's good to go. You can always, all of the bottles have directions on them, so you can easily follow the directions on the labels, both with oils and with supplements. And make sure to always have a carrier oil on hand. That way, if there's an oil that feels particularly hot to your skin or seems irritating in any way, you can dilute that with the carrier oil. And if you're using it for the first time, it might be a good idea to dilute ahead of time, and especially when you're using it on children or elderly whose skin is a little bit more porous or anything like that. Let's see. In terms of usage, there are 3 ways to use oils. We talked a little bit about topically already because we talked about using a carrier oil. Topically just means on your skin, whether it's your face or your hands or wherever. That just, you're putting it on your skin and your skin is taking it in. Research shows that within a couple of minutes, it has reached every cell in your body. The next way is to use it aromatically. You can, and that just means breathing it in. Whether you do that by breathing it in straight from the bottle, by putting a drop in your hand and rubbing together and breathing in that way, or putting it in a diffuser so that it's dispersing throughout the air. And then the third way is internally. Obviously, supplements are going to be used internally, but Young Living oils, the quality that Michelle talked about, allows us to also use our oils internally. You will see when we're looking at the bottles, we have ones that are like a solid color label and then ones that have a white label. And the FDA requires that we mark some oils that we can't mark bottles for internal and topical use. So the ones with white label are marked for internal use, and the ones with a solid label are marked for topical. The oil itself isn't different. It's just a different label. So those are the 3 most common ways to use oils, and make sure we do it safely.
Okay, very good. Okay, so let's get a little basis. What exactly are hormones? So in order to understand your body and its needs, it's helpful to understand how your body works. That's that empowerment that we've talked about. A healthy endocrine system allows you to have healthy moods, healthy skin, healthy bowels, and more. So let's just dive in. So your endocrine system is comprised of all of the glands of your body that produce hormones, including, there we go, including thyroid, pancreas, and for women, your ovaries. Hormones are like little chemical messengers in your body that regulate metabolism, growth and development, tissue function, sexual function, reproduction, sleep, mood, among other things. So these are messengers, and they're produced by the glands and secreted directly into the circulatory system to achieve homeostasis. I love that word. It means balance. So when our hormones are out of balance, it can contribute to migraines, insomnia, weak bones, weight gain, hot flashes, mood swings, infertility, and low libido, to name a few. Hormonal balance can also affect the way we handle stress. Sort of like a cycle thing, like stress can throw off your hormones, and how we handle stress can, and then it can go the other way too. So over time, these hormone imbalances can lead to rapid aging and increase the risk of disease. So your body is constantly working on the difficult task of keeping the system in balance. Stress, poor diet and food choices, inadequate sleep, synthetic hormones, genetic factors, and less active lifestyles can all throw hormones out of whack and create health problems. But there's good news. Young Living has some essential oils and some other products to support the body in this delicate balancing act. As I always like to say, if you give the body what it needs, it will heal itself. It will take care of what it is meant to do and function at its highest level. And specifically, like HRT is really not that homeostasis. Homeostasis occurs when you work with the body so that the body produces what it needs to have. So there's lots of ways that we can do that. Okay.
So the first product that we're going to talk about for helping us get in balance is Thyromin. This was a total game changer for me. I knew after my fourth baby, sorry, and just lots of stress. We had a crazy year, the year that he was born, and I knew something was out of whack, but I wasn't sure what it was. And just by talking to some people, they said, your thyroid's probably off. And so I knew that I needed to help it function the way that it's supposed to. So I started taking Thyromin. It helps maximize nutritional support for healthy thyroid function. Your thyroid gland regulates your metabolism, your energy, your body temperature. It controls your calorie burning and even your heart rate. And that was actually one of the symptoms that I was having crazy heart palpitations. It's part of how I figured out what was wrong. But it's just a pill, and it helps you to feel energized and balanced and maintain healthy weight. So you can be proactive in supporting your thyroid. Thyroid contains iodine, and it has porcine extracts, one in particular known as L-cysteine, and your thyroid needs that to be able to create hormones. And so by taking the supplement and having a healthy lifestyle, you can support your metabolism and your thyroid. It also contains 4 essential oils: spearmint, peppermint, myrtle, and myrrh. Spearmint and peppermint are both great for your digestive system. Peppermint helps support your respiratory system as well as healthy muscles, bones, and skin. Myrtle supports your respiratory system, and it's great for healthy skin and hair. And it has been researched for its effects on supporting glandular balance, which, when talking about thyroid, is super important, right? And myrrh is a super powerful antioxidant and is great for your skin also. So all of those things are infused in Thyromin, and they recommend on the bottle it's just 1 pill before you go to bed at night.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so in the comments, I have a question. I want to keep the comments going. Let us know like what one healthy goal is that you have, or one like reason that you had in mind why you got involved in Young Living. Okay, a lot of times it's like immune support or something like that. Like I always like to think back about those kind of things. So put those in the comments. And we did have a question in the comments about a particular condition. So what I like to do in analyzing those things, I mean, there are some research materials that we can look at. However, again, like we said, it's about like homeostasis. It's about sending the signals to that gland to basically like go be the best gland that it can be. And so I feel like that's what Thyromin does. It doesn't make it go in one direction. It doesn't make it go fast. It doesn't make it go slow. It makes it be really healthy and supported so that it can be what it needs to be. So it's not like one way or the other, if it's slow, if it's fast, or anything like that. I hope that makes sense to you. Okay, so our next product is absolutely one of my favorites, and it is Cortistop. Does that name kind of ring a bell? It kind of tells it all in the name. Cortisol is a hormone that is produced by the adrenal gland in response to stress and low blood sugar. So when you want to support a healthy amount of cortisol in your body, definitely reach for Cortistop. So you remember the fight or flight or survival response, right? This hormone is there to help you survive, and it's important. But nevertheless, if it's produced and released too often, it can be harmful for the body, okay? So we can't be in fight and flight mode all the time. We're supposed to be like chased by the bear and then go and rest, right? But a lot of times we don't allow that. We just stay in fight or flight mode all the time. So, and that can be really harmful to the body. So you can experience feelings of fatigue, difficulty maintaining a healthy weight, and difficulty maintaining optimal health of cardiovascular systems if those things are out of balance. So this supplement is going to support your body in maintaining natural balance and harmony. I mean, those words seem really lofty, but that's exactly what that effect is. It's also designed to aid female glandular systems. So you wake up feeling more rested and less on edge, okay? Have you ever done that where you wake up and you're like, did I even sleep? Okay, it's because the body didn't go through the normal processes in what sleep is meant to achieve. Also just energy levels, emotionally balanced, and that true feeling when you feel like you can take on whatever life might throw at you, okay? Yes, men can take Cortistop. Great question. So here are the essential oils in the supplement, and they support the body in the following ways. So fennel supports a circular system, glandular, respiratory, and digestive systems. So let me add a little side note here. Digestive systems, your digestive system and hormone balance is very, very important, because what happens is when the body realizes that there is, it's like a feedback loop. So when the body senses that there's a hormone in your system, it's not going to give you any more, okay? But a lot of times our digestive system isn't working, and our liver isn't working, and so the body senses that hormone is still there, and so it doesn't give you any more, but it's not actually there. It's an inactive form of it. So it takes a really healthy digestive system to have a good, healthy hormone system. And so that's why there's digestive oils in these products. Like, that's not typically something you'd think of, but this is a holistic view. It's not just one little system. They're all connected, okay? I mean, like, did you know, like, your stress levels can affect your immune system? 100%. It's actually got a word, psychoneuroimmunology. So neurologically, it affects your immune system. Isn't that crazy? Okay. Fennel also supports feelings of well-being during your menstrual cycle. Very important. Peppermint supports digestion by promoting healthy intestinal function. There's that again, and gastrointestinal comfort and soothing. It provides the nervous and respiratory system, supports them, and encourages healthy muscles, bones, and skin. Clary sage, I'm sure you've heard of that one, provides hormonal support. Canadian fleabane offers cardiovascular and hormonal system support, and frankincense, my fave, supports emotional balance, healthy skin, and provides immune and nervous system support. So take 2 in the morning before breakfast, and it says it right on the bottle. And for extra benefits, during extra stressful times, take another 2 before going to bed, okay? So in the comments, tell us what's one thing in your life, can't dwell on it, just list one, that adds occasional stress. So write it in the box and then let it go. How's that? Good idea? Okay, so number 7, we have Endogize. I love Endogize. This is something I never allow myself to not have handy in case I enter into a period of time where I can tell that I need some balance, okay? So Endogize is created especially for women and supports your entire endocrine system. It's like a feedback loop. It's circulatory circulatory. It's like a cycle. That's what I mean. So if your adrenals are out, it'll pull your thyroid out, your pituitary, your hypothalamus. It all is in a cycle. So this supplement contains DHEA, which is the most common hormone in the body. Did you know that? Your body produces its own DHEA, but after age 20, the production starts to decline. Who's over 20? That means this supplement can be very helpful for aging women. Now, if you're 25, I wouldn't call you aging, but let's just say. You need this hormone because it is needed to produce over 50 other hormones, including estrogen. So think of all the things that older women commonly experience, or you may be experiencing them yourself. Get this supplement stat so you can maintain your youthful health. So don't confuse the word common with normal. Just because something is common doesn't mean it is normal. This supplement is going to support a healthy endocrine system so that you don't have to be one of those women with common but not normal side effects of imbalanced hormones. It's especially supportive of the adrenal glands. The adrenal, think of it, the word is actually adrenal, which means on top of. So it's on top of your kidneys. And the hormones that they produce help regulate your blood sugar and your blood pressure. They help the body burn fat, and use protein. They also release cortisol, your stress hormone. So by supporting these glands, you're supporting the overall cardiovascular health, your metabolism, your weight management, and your body's ability to manage stress and maintain energy. So Energize is also infused with essential oils that help increase the bioavailability of these herbs to 80%. That's the body's ability to absorb and utilize everything you ingest. So Energize contains the following essential oils that'll support systems. Clary sage has been used for centuries to help support the female body, particularly hormone support and reproductive function. Ginger, I know you guys all know this, but supports the digestive system, and it's commonly used to soothe, comfort, and balance digestive discomfort. Myrrh is very powerful antioxidant and stimulates the immune system. And cassia smells and tastes like cinnamon and supports healthy blood sugar levels. Okay, so for me, it's like a reset. So this is not one that you take every day, you take it seasonally. So when you're in a season where you need a reset, you take it for 2 to 4 weeks and then you stop. Okay. And that's why I say, like, I like to have it on hand, because when I know, like, I've been through a particularly stressful time, or it's winter and it's gloomy, okay, you know how that is, that I will take it for 2 weeks and then I stop, or if it's like a longer thing, I can take it for a month, but then you stop. It's not a long-term supplement that you take at all. So this one you don't use if you're pregnant or lactating, and it says that on the website. So if you get confused about, which ones are which and which you can take it, it says that on the website. Of course, it's intended for adult use only. No kids should be taking this. There we go. Okay.
Is that one that men can take as well?
No. This one is especially no, you know what? That's not actually true. It was created especially for women, but I can tell you for certain that when that John has taken it. When he quit his job, he went from being like over the top stressed out, adrenals just going 100 miles an hour, to he could decide when he wanted to get out of bed. So, it went from high to nothing. And so that actually really messed up his hormones. So he was on Energize for a month and then off. He doesn't take it on a regular basis. He has no reason to reset, but that was a big period of reset. Okay, so the next one is Femigen. Okay. So Femigen capsules are for those ladies who are childbearing age and want to give extra support to their lady parts. It's formulated with herbs and amino acids that support female health, and it contains the following herbs: wild yam, dong quai. Have you heard of that one? If you have, you're a hippie for sure. Black cohosh, damania, epidemium, black and blue cohosh. All of these herbs contain phytoestrogens. Now, phytoestrogens are dietary estrogens that occur naturally, not like the xenoestrogens we hear about that are bad, that are in plastics and all of that kind of thing. But they occur naturally in compounds found in plants. These dietary estrogens support your own body's estrogen. So estrogens helps bring about physical changes, of course, in puberty. It also helps control the menstrual cycle and is important for childbearing. It also keeps cholesterol under control and protects bone health for both men and women. You didn't know that men actually utilize estrogen as well, huh? Well, you probably did. It also affects your brain, mood, bones, heart, skin, and other tissues. This supplement contains 4 essential oils that help support the female reproductive system. Again, fennel, we've heard that a lot, clary sage, sage, and ylang ylang. The oils also help the supplement function and give us a greater bioavailability. Clary sage has been used for centuries to help support the female body, particularly hormones and reproductive function. Sage helps maintain balance between estrogen and progesterone and testosterone balance. It supports the nervous system and the adrenal cortex. Ylang ylang supports the adrenals. Fennel, of course, circulatory, glandular, respiratory, and digestive systems. We talked about that a lot. So it's 2 capsules for breakfast, with breakfast, not for breakfast, and 2 capsules with lunch. Okay? And if you're taking that, a great one to take with it is the sclerescence, and we'll talk about that in detail later. Okay, next.
All right, so we're going to move from supplements and talk about oils a little bit. This one is actually unique in that it's not just essential oils. This is Progestins Plus, and they call it a serum. And it contains USP grade progesterone from wild yams. Progesterone, we all know, is a hormone that is produced in the body. It regulates your menstrual cycle and is crucial for pregnancy. You also need progesterone to have a healthy libido. As you age, you have a natural decrease in progesterone production. So this product is super beneficial if you're trying to start a family or if you're over the age of 30, which includes, almost all women. And fit into one of those 2 categories. Okay, the big difference between this and like a progesterone supplement is that this has USP grade progesterone, and it is not the same as progestins, which are synthetic versions of progesterones that you would get from a pharmaceutical company. Taking synthetic hormones is really bad for you and can lead to life-threatening side effects. If you like to research, this is definitely something worth researching. So again, the progesterone in Progestins Plus is natural. It comes from wild yam. It's a wild yam extract. It's formulated specifically for women. Obviously, men do not have progesterone. It's one of the hormones we don't share. But it also contains copaiba, sacred frankincense, cedarwood, bergamot, peppermint, and clove, all of which are calming and grounding, which is ideal for women who want to feel more relaxed and balanced. A lot of women like to wear it as a perfume. This is one that is more specific than other essential oils about how to use it. So 2 to 4 drops on your stomach, feet, or inner thighs every day. And it's a good idea to rotate where you are applying it each day. And then if you feel like you need more than that, you can add another drop or 2, but no more than twice a day. So, and if you're pregnant, you don't need it because your body's producing extra progesterone already.
That's great. Just a word about Progestins Plus. I know that, like, just my own personal experience, using it before bed, especially if you're low in it, man, you use that before bed and man, you can get the best night's sleep for sure. And if you use it in the morning, that does not mean you're going to get tired. It just has to do with when you give your body something at the right time of day, it helps it cycle correctly. So it doesn't make you tired. It gives your body that proper signal because sleep has to do with your hormones anyway. So yeah, Progestins Plus, and it is nice that, I mean, you can put it on a lot of different places in your body, but just think like, because it gets into your bloodstream. So think like where that is. So I've put it here on my hand, and then I put it like over my carotid artery, which is where you put your perfume, right? So you kind of do like that. So
Actually, I taught a class yesterday here at my house on the same topic, and I had a couple of ladies who came, and when I passed around the bottle, they each tried a drop, and they said within about 15 minutes they could feel the change in their body.
wow.
Pretty insane. They both said they felt a lot better after just having used one drop. So it's pretty powerful stuff.
In the other notes that I have, and I commented in the chat, but I'll say it for the replay purposes too. Like this particular thing that one of my resources is written by Dr. Dan Purser. And he actually was the one who worked with Young Living to develop this product. He is an MD, and he's written a number of different books. So it's Dan Purser, Purser. If you enter his name into Amazon, he's got a whole bunch of books, and they're all about. He's got a whole list of books. He's got books about estrogen and progesterone and the master, hormones for women, and he's got books about fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue. He's got some amazing books, and he's just really an expert in the area. So he just some amazing like research that he's done and development of this particular product, and in just really key ways that women would typically look for other answers. But like one of the things that it said in this book was during different times in your life, like during pregnancy, which is why Alana said, like, you don't really need to use this during pregnancy, because during a healthy pregnancy, your progesterone level is really, really high. So it's not going to do anything for you. But what happens after you give birth, like it goes from like, not correct numbers, but like 100 down to 10, right? Which would be normal. But there's this major fluctuation that your body has to maintain. And sometimes we don't give it the tools to do that correctly. And so after giving birth, this is a fabulous product that will really, really balance you in ways that like are life-changing. Okay. So this would be the kind of thing I would recommend to anybody, like before they take extreme kind of measures. The other thing would be Endoflex. The two of them together for balance is amazing. We'll get to Endoflex later. So post-menopause, there are still reasons for the body to produce progesterone. So if like when you get your blood levels done, if you're low in progesterone for your age, then absolutely, yes. Yes, I am too. I'm using it too. Because Dr. Ozzy said so. Okay.
Dr. Ozzy's the boss.
Yeah, he's the boss. He's my boss. Okay. So in the comments, let's keep our comments going. Share an example of something you do to promote harmony, balance, and relaxation in your life, because it's very, very important. As much as taking any kind of a balancing thing, we need to produce that in our lives, right? So something that you can do to produce harmony, balance, and relaxation in your life. Okay. So let's talk about some other complementary essential oils that we can use. Here are 3 other oils that greatly complement these supplements that support your endocrine system for happy hormones. So are you looking to support you during that time of the month, postpartum, or as something to enhance your mood or get you in the mood? Here are some of your options. So Dragon Time, the one in the middle, is perfect for that time of the month. Isn't that a funny name? Hilarious. And it's only available through Young Living. So do you have occasional moodiness during your cycle? Your partner, friends, coworkers, and everyone else you cross paths with will thank you for using this. No more Dragon Lady nicknames every month when you use Dragon Time. I hope nobody's ever said that. This blend contains fennel, clary sage, marjoram, lavender, blue yarrow, and jasmine essential oils. Its aroma is sweet, and its balancing property make it a perfect choice for supporting normal, healthy moods during the female monthly cycle. So Dragon Thyme is recommended for both young and mature women and can be applied to your abdomen, lower back, and other areas for soothing effect before and during your menstrual cycle. It's also great to diffuse to get you in the mood before it being intimate. Didn't know that one, did we?
All right. Yeah. Kimberly says her 15-year-old daughter likes Dragon Thyme and that she likes for her to use it too. I can only imagine. Mine is 11 and we are entering that world. So I'm anxious to see the effects of Dragon Thyme when the time comes for us to need it in our home.
Yeah, my 17-year-old has been using it for at least 3 years. Yeah.
I'm glad to know that I have something that I can use when I need it rather than having to jump to something that would throw her system off. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we've talked about clary sage a little bit already because a lot of the supplements that we've talked about have it as one of the oils in the supplements. But in the past 10 years or so, there's been a lot of research studies confirming the qualities that it has. You can Google it, lots of them out there. So it's earthy and herbaceous with some floral and slightly fruity undertones. Aromatically, it's uplifting and balancing to your mood and emotions. It may help alleviate occasional anxiety. Its uplifting fragrance may also improve cognitive function. Topically, it's great for your skin, sore muscles, monthly aches. So putting a few drops in some Epsom salts in a bath is a great plan. And it's also another one that's great for helping you get in the mood for intimacy. So you can diffuse it during the day to get ready or at night when you're ready to go to bed with your partner. You can use it in all those ways. It is one that a lot of people recommend staying away from during pregnancy because it can cause contractions. I was 5 days overdue with my little one, and my doula came over and rubbed it into my legs and feet at about 10 o'clock at night, and I went into labor at 2 in the morning. So super effective for that purpose as well.
Very good. Okay, one of my favorites is Lady Sclerol. Again, also only available through Young Living. It's created specifically, it's that jasmine I'm smelling. I love so much. Specifically for women. Men are not going to want to wear this anyway, but jasmine, bergamot, geranium, orange, and many others. It can be used to enhance your feminine nature. It can also be very alluring and seductive as a perfume, and like clary sage, can also help get you in the mood. When diffused, it provides a relaxing experience by calming and balancing your heart and mind. So important. And topically, it adds a little glow to your skin, okay, and a little pep in your step. So, okay. And then also, just a side note, another way to support your health is to not introduce any extraneous chemicals that we don't need. So use safe feminine products for your cycle. There are all kinds of organic tampons and pads and things that are actually all kinds of different things. So look for products that are chlorine-free with no synthetic pesticides, dyes, or fragrances, okay? That's such a key thing. Anything that says fragrance, y'all, it's not essential oils. They're not gonna go through the expense of doing that. And just know that in those delicate areas, it's warm and your pores are open. And so as much as like all those things are going in, okay? So, yeah. it's a great idea to not choose products that have additional chemicals that we're trying to, that we then have to balance our way out of again. So, okay. Alana, another one of your favorites.
I had to unmute myself. Sorry. Okay, so Endoflex. But we're going to talk about Endoflex Vitality specifically. So it is a proprietary oil, meaning that only Young Living has it. It contains a base of sesame seed oil, so that would be the carrier in it. It's infused with spearmint, sage, geranium, myrtle, nutmeg, and German chamomile. This blend supports your endocrine system, which means healthy, happy hormones. So remember, we're talking about Vitality, which is the one that's marked for internal use. So you can take it in a gel capsule. You can put a few drops in your Ningxia Red, or in some Ningxia Zing if you prefer that. Or you can put it in a glass of tea. That spearmint really stands out, and I imagine would be, though I've never tried it, I imagine would be lovely in some tea. I may have to do that later. I love the regular Endoflex for putting on topically. I put it over my thyroid on my pulse points, and then I put it on top of my adrenals. This is one that when my daughter turned 10-ish, she got her own bottle to help her with those changing moods of a preteen. So it is definitely one of my favorites. I use it multiple times a day, and my husband always knows whether or not I've used it.
Well, that's something else, especially with Progessence Plus, but I've been in the habit of Endoflex and Progessence Plus for a number of years now. I have the roller ball on that, and so I just put it on my thyroid before bed, especially, and then over my adrenals in the morning. But that's one, that and the Progessence Plus together, I could really tell on a monthly basis whether or not I was consistent with it. So it really paid off to be consistent with it daily. I'll just say that for sure. So the next one is Sclerescence. Sclerescence and Lady Sclerol are very, very similar. The big difference between them is that honestly, Lady Sclerol smells better, so it's formulated to be able to wear topically. Sclerescence does come in a Vitality, so you can put it in a capsule to take internally. It does not smell as good to wear it topically. It's not as good. It's not like it's bad like valerian. That's bad. It's like feet. Don't put it up. You could put it on your feet, but don't put it anywhere else. That's valerian. Okay, so Sclerescence supports overall wellness for women. It contains your clary sage, peppermint, Spanish sage, and fennel. Okay, that doesn't sound delicious. Do you remember the other ones had bergamot and jasmine and orange and geranium? See what I mean? A little different there. So it can reduce occasional bloating that can be a common feeling during your menses. It is also beneficial for balancing hormones. So again, you can add 1 or 2 drops of the Vitality to a glass of water, or your Ningxia Red. You can hide anything in a shot of Ningxia Red. You could try it in tea. Again, that fennel makes it real earthy, so if that's something that you like. Or you could put it, there's also dragon thyme massaging oil, so you can put it on topically and then put the dragon thyme over it. That would be a really nice thing to do. I would suggest that to your husband, in fact. So, and you can, take it with Master Formula, which is a vitamin complex that we have. So again, you could diffuse it during your cycle or when needed to help. Really, for mood lifting is when it's great to diffuse. But again, just me personally, I'd be more likely to diffuse the Lady Sclerol. Okay. So that is the bulk of our topics, our oils. We saw lots of clary sage and lots of fennel. So there you go. There you go.
So let's talk a little bit about how to get started with these oils. I know that most of you guys who are on here live are already members of Young Living, but for those of you who are watching on replay and you're like, okay, I need some of this stuff in my life, how do I do that? There's several different ways of doing it, but to keep it simple, most people start with a premium starter kit, which is what you see on the screen. It comes with 12 different oils and a diffuser. And that's $165, and that gets you your wholesale membership with Young Living, which means that you get all of your products at 24% off. So that's what we recommend to most people. That allows you to have access to an account, and you can then order the other products. The most effective way, I think, of ordering is to get your premium starter kit, and then to go ahead and enroll in what we call Essential Rewards. This is our monthly auto ship program, and it really is incredible. It allows you to begin to replace the products in your home. We talked a little bit about that environmental things can affect our home hormones, and so replacing those things with products that Young Living has that will not do that is important. And with Essential Rewards, you do a little bit every month, and you get points back, you get reduced shipping prices, you get gifts every once in a while, all just for being a loyal customer is basically what it boils down to. So that's my recommendation, is that you order your premium starter kit, which you can now, that can be your first Essential Rewards order. And then every month after that, it's a 50 PV minimum, and you're going to easily spend that when you are building up your wellness arsenal. So the products we talked about tonight, things like thyroid, that's on my ER order every month because I take it on a regular basis. And so I go through it and I have to replenish it every month, just like you would, any other supplement that you might use. So if you need help figuring out how to do that, if you're a member and you're like, okay, I need to get it on Essential Rewards because I'm ordering all the time and there's even more stuff I need to order and I just need to benefit from all the free things I'm going to get from it. If you have questions about any of those kinds of things, reach out to me or Michelle. You have that texting number from Michelle that you can get in contact with her, or talk to the person who invited you to the webinar or sent you this video. So I think that covers that part of it, Michelle.
Okay, great. So I just have one other tip, and the ER kind of made me think of it because you do that monthly. Seriously, pro tip, the EndoFlex, or really almost anything, try it for a month and see how your body responds, okay? There was a time last year where there was a big group of people who did an EndoFlex challenge. They literally just encouraged each other every day in making sure that you put it on every day, okay? Sounds kind of, like, wow, that I don't need a group to do that. But the testimonials that came out of that were phenomenal. I mean, phenomenal. Like, people got the best sleep they've ever gotten, more energy, and they didn't actually feel it until 3 weeks in. And they just it kind of kicked in. Okay. So definitely give things a chance to really work. Because it's not like some pharmaceutical, you're giving your body a chance to actually respond. When you put it on once, you kind of signal your body hey, pay attention. And the more and more you do it, your body's like, you're really serious about this. Yes, I'm really serious about this. So that,
I actually heard the other day that it takes at least 21 days for any system in your body to reset. So you have to do it at least that long for your body to understand what you're trying to accomplish.
That's fantastic. Okay, very good. Again, next month we're going to be talking about all things thieves, let me know if you want to host a class. If you want me to come and teach a class, you're like, hey, my friends need some hormone support. I'll be happy to come and teach a class. We can even do it virtually. And again, if you decide to host a class, I will send you the Taming the Dragon Within book. It's phenomenal. It is a really deep dive into naturally balancing your hormones for sure. Okay, so our prize winners of the EndoFlex for being here live and commenting, like Janie, you had some awesome comments, super helpful. Rosa and Kimberly, thank you guys for participating. Okay, all of you guys participated, but I had to pick 3. So that's where we are.
Congratulations, ladies.
Congratulations. Yes. And again, thank you for joining us, and we will see you next month. Don't hesitate to, again, text me at 469-301-1196. You can use the word webinar, but it comes to me directly right here on my phone. So you can say, hi, Michelle. That works too. I'm a real person. Okay. So thanks, everyone, and have a great evening. Bye.
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 Oh, you can also go to the chat box and you can click the more button and save chat. So you can have all the comments that everybody else commented. So I will not shut that off until you guys all have a chance.
The more chat?
Bye-bye.